ICE agents take a Somali woman into custody in Minnesota. A crowd quickly surrounds them. Tensions rise. What's your take?
Very, very disappointed to hear that people who come here to seek protection and for them to deny them those protections. It's really horrible that they are tying whatever's happening in Minnesota, a few cases to a whole, to all these people. It's really inhumane. A lot of the members in this community are really afraid to speak out. If they speak out, people are actually going after them afterwards. Me, myself, after I spoke to a couple of news stations, I have received email threatening. A lot of horrible things have been said, and a lot of people are afraid to speak up.
Congresswoman, can you tell us your reaction to DHS ending the TPS status for Somalis, for Somalia? What's your opinion on it? Do you think it was a good idea to do that? They're saying that the conditions have improved enough where the TPS is justified to end for Somalia. Do you agree with that assessment? Anything you could say on that? What's your opinion on where things stand with the fraud investigation? Would you like to see a full audit when it comes to fraud in Minnesota?
So I know everybody heard about Donald Trump sending Somalians home by March 17th. They all got to be gone. I'm mad as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie, man. These white people always bothering somebody, yo. I know I talk shit about the Somalians, but damn, yo. You know what I mean? Shit just make me want to buy whatever property y'all got for cheap. If y'all got any property, I'll buy that shit. Let me know. And I want to know, by the way, who get the keys to the Leering Center? I want it because I got a bunch of kids, and I know they kids got kids now. So I needed somewhere to bring all these badass kids. And is there any Congress positions for sale? I know a lot of y'all were senators in Minnesota and shit like that. So if y'all got any positions for sale, let me know, man. I'll see y'all later, man. I'll be down here to visit.
Hello good people, welcome back to this YouTube channel. Hope you are doing well. Kindly consider subscribing and clicking on the notification bell so that anytime we get to post a new video, you'll be able to watch it. Okay guys, there is this thing that has created tension in the online space where most of the Somali people that live in America want to be deported back to their country, and because of this you find that there is a bill that is already out so as to terminate temporary protected status for the Somali and other 17 countries. And because this bill is already out, you find that most of the Somali people living in the United States are now protesting and don't want to go back to their country, or they're already afraid of being deported back to their country. Kindly let's watch this video, then come back and react on it.
When you wake up and find out your temporary status is gone.
Trump administration is ending the temporary protected status of Somali migrants. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem telling Fox News, temporary means temporary.
Yep, that's the definition.
Country conditions in Somalia have improved to the point that it no longer meets the law's requirement for temporary protected status.
Which means you good, boo. You can go home.
Further, allowing Somali nationals to remain temporarily in the United States is contrary to our national interests. We are putting Americans first.
Got till March 17th to get the heck out, but I love how Little Mama says, oh, no, 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 no. He doesn't have the power to do that. How people think that Trump can't make a call or two before he gets on social media. Yo, I'm just calling to make sure that I can remove this temporary status bullshit real quick before I post this. Yeah? Okay, cool. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, a bill was introduced like a week ago to get these MFs out.
Today, you introduced a bill that would terminate temporary protected status for people from Somalia.
Somalia and also 17 other countries that have people that are here illegally, that have no business being in this country at all, that want to see harm done to my fellow Americans. And what prompted this was the complete derelict of duty that we saw from Governor Walz and what happened in Minnesota. These people, according to my bill, will now have about 180 days to self-deport, and that goes with them and everyone else from the other 17 countries.
Duh. Like, why would you have a law that says you cannot be an illegal immigrant and your punishment is deportation, and then have a law that protects illegal immigrants from deportation? What Democrat wrote this bullshit?
Excuse my voice. I got a little cold. Hey, Somalians. What happened? You thought you knew America, huh? Y'all talk like this country is yours. Y'all talk like y'all running this country. Y'all really thought that you was free in America. Ooh. Y'all really thought y'all was free to do anything you want in America, right? What you said? We ain't going nowhere. I see ICE out there in Minnesota. What happened? I see crying and screaming. What's going on? Yeah, because you thought you knew America. You called us all types of names. But one thing about Black Americans, oh boy, do we know America. We know when people are being used. We been there. Y'all keep saying y'all next. No, we was first. So you really think you know America? This is just the beginning. You ain't seen nothing yet. Get ready to go get those flies back flying around your mouth. And your ribs sticking out. And your belly bigger than your head. You'll see. You'll see. Don't say I ain't tell you.
So did y'all hear about the TPS? Trump is ending the TPS for certain Somalians, and they'll be required to leave by March, I believe. I don't know the exact date, but they're gonna have to leave. So all that frauding and kikiing and stuff like that, and making fun of people, talking about motherfuckers is lazy and on welfare when y'all is the biggest welfare recipients right now. That's being basically plastered all over the nation on nationwide television. Come on now.
I don't know if y'all heard, but Trump just ended TPS for Somalis. They got till March 17th to figure it out, y'all. They could either self-deport, which Trump always encouraged because it comes with incentives. I could only imagine how much 1,000 USD could take you in Somalia. You could probably buy a couple of goats. I don't know what they buy out there, but yeah, I know spaghetti and bananas. That's an infinite spaghetti and banana glitch, you know. But 3,900, about 3,900 of them is impacted by this decision. Yeah, 2,500 with the status, that's going to end. And then there were like maybe 1,400 applications pending, which will be voided because it doesn't make sense to end TPS, but then think about the pending applications, right? Oh, this is the good news. According to the administration, conditions have improved in Somalia. So that's good for Somalia, of course, the country and the people. So conditions have improved. And Kristi Noem stated that temporary being the key word, temporary status. So yeah, they're going through with this March 17th. You either could self-deport and get all the incentives that come with self-deportation, or DHS will help you March 17th to figure it out for yourself if you can't make that decision for yourself.
how's this? No, I don't like Somalis. I don't want them in my country, and they bring absolutely nothing of value here. And I know people are gonna sit there and scream and cry, oh my gosh, the statistics, they're so racist. But at the end of the day, the facts are the facts, and I'm not going to apologize for that. I mean, genuinely, what have they brought of value here? And I'm not saying that they're all bad on an individual level. I understand that people who lack nuance aren't going to be able to comprehend that as a collective they're bad. Individuals, I'm sure that there are some that are fine, just like any other population. But if you look at the violent crime statistics, you would see that it's not stopping when they get to America.
You know, when the shit hits the fan, that I'm going to be right there to let you know what fuck's going on. Take a good look at these two. They're saying goodbye. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem announced today that, well, protection status is now OVER, claiming that Somalia is enough, the country of Somalia is safe enough for anybody residing in the United States of America can now go home. So these gals are very upset because they have to go home. They've been here long enough living on free stuff and on the backs of the American taxpayer. Now, according to Secretary Kristi Noem, they have until March 17th to say goodbye and pack it on up and leave the United States of America. Hopefully, Omar and her brother husband will be going with her.
Somalis will be the first one to tell you that they are not black, okay? They don't even consider themselves African. They said we are Arab, okay? Secondly, these people stole from me. Not only did they steal from you, they stole from your children. Got on TikTok and bragged about it, boasted about it, laughed about it. Then went on press conferences with diamonds on talking about fraud is bad. Had a whole kiki about it. Play it in your face, okay?
People who spent years calling America racist are now crying online because they're being sent back to the same country they swore was better than here. Y'all like the video right here, follow for more. And let's get into this one. You see the meltdown videos everywhere, tears, anger, demands, but none of them mention the fraud investigations, the expired visas, the money that moved through criminal networks, or the abuse of programs paid for by the taxpayers. The moment accountability shows up, they all act shocked. I look at these videos and all I see is the same contradiction. Somalia is beautiful when they want moral high ground, but Somalia becomes unsafe the moment removal papers arrive. They switch the story depending on what benefits them. The reactions are emotional because the system finally stopped bending. Deportations are happening because laws exist, because agencies uncovered fraud rings, because certain groups are draining millions from health, housing, and social programs that working Americans rely on. There's nothing complicated here. People act like the West owes everyone a comfortable life, like your job is to give everyone else more than what you could give your own family. And that is not how a country works. You cannot build a healthy society by subsidizing the failure of another one. And while all this is going on, the people who should be rebuilding Somalia, protecting Somalia, and modernizing Somalia are here demanding benefits. Their own country loses the adults who should be leading it. But Americans care about Americans who can't afford homes. They care about the people being pushed out of work by cheap labor. They care about a safe country.
Okay, so on today's episode of Who is Trump Gonna Punk, we're back to the Somalians. So Trump administration ends temporary protection status for thousands of Somalis in the United States. It says, time's up. Thousands of Somali nationals living in the U.S. must leave the country by March 17th after the Trump administration's decision to end temporary protection status for Somalia. The move comes as DHS continues ICE operations in Minnesota following widespread fraud scheme involving members of the Somali community that has plagued the state. How do we feel about it? I mean, personally, if you're here committing crimes, especially to that magnitude, then you don't need to be here. It's just that simple. And just like I told you guys, I can't go down to Tijuana and start committing crimes and then expect the government to have mercy on me and or the people. So if you want to be in America and you're doing your thing, like, then whatever, that's cool. But if you want to be in America and you're running rackets to the tune of millions and billions of dollars, I can't feel bad for you. And he's giving them time. He's telling them, you know, you have until the March 17th. That's 2 months, right? Yeah. So what is the overall opinion on this? I mean, he's definitely on a good one, but I can't say I disagree with this.
So by March, so they have like 90 something days to leave the United States, or they will be deported. And once you're deported, you already know what that means. They usually won't let you back in, or it's incredibly hard. So you either leave of your own volition or they deport you. They have till the 17th of March. With that said, all the Somali baddies out here looking for a husband, holla at your boy. 200 camels is my groom price. You know?
Look at Minnesota, where Somalians have taken over the economics of the state and have stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota and indeed from the United States of America. And we're going to put an end to it. We're also going to revoke the citizenship of any naturalized immigrant from Somalia or anywhere else who is convicted of defrauding our citizens. We're going to get them the hell out of here fast. And if you come to America to rob Americans, we're throwing you in jail and we're sending you back to the place from where you came. We're throwing you right in jail. And they know it, too.
It sounds like we need to get these people out of our country and do it fast. But Ilhan Omar doesn't think the president has the authority to do that.
When the president tweets as if he has the authority to terminate temporary protected status for Somalis in Minnesota, even little kids in 8th grade know that that is not an authority that the president has and can wield.
Well, it looks like she was wrong again, because that is exactly what President Trump is doing.
All right, Todd Lyons is the ICE director and joins us now. Sir, good to have you back on. The president has called to end the temporary protected status of Somalians living in the state of Minnesota. When that does happen, is ICE going to be going into what's called Little Mogadishu there on the southeast side of Minneapolis?
Hey, Rob. Good seeing you again. Thanks for having me. Yeah, so, ICE, obviously, we enforce the laws the way they're written, right? And so if someone's temporary protective status is lifted, which it's happened many times to different various countries and nationalities, but we're ready to take action, and that's what we do, right? When someone's temporary protective status is lifted, they are now illegal aliens. They're here in the country illegally, and we will go ahead and remove those criminal elements out of our neighborhoods.
No surprise, Somalia has been removed from temporary protected status. The Department of Homeland Security has announced their 60-day notification to terminate temporary protected status. This termination would go into effect March 16th, 2026. If you are from Somalia and have TPS, you have to get on the CBP Home app and register to depart the United States by that date. There have been 11 countries in total that have been removed from the TPS list. These countries, the Department of Homeland Security has made the determination that they're safe to live in and for the TPS recipients to go back to countries including Afghanistan, Haiti, Venezuela, and now Somalia.
Somali leaders endorsed Donald Trump during the election, and now he wants to deport them. So if you don't remember, during the election, Somali leaders in Minnesota did a press conference where they publicly endorsed Donald Trump. Now, fast forward to recently, Donald Trump is, doing his press conference on the news, and he's saying that he wants Somali people gone. He says that he does not like them. He says that, I guess, the areas that they live in are poverty-stricken, and, they're not good people, and that's why they don't even want to live in their own country, and he knows that it's not politically correct to say that, but he don't like them, and he wants them gone. There's a lot of immigrants that are learning the hard way that, your proximity to whiteness means nothing. There's a reason why a lot of black people don't care to be, in white spaces. They don't care to bootleg or none of that. There's a reason, because at the end of the day, whether you believe that you're black or not, I'm not black, I'm Somali, they don't care. So now these leaders have gotten on, national television, told their community to vote for this man, their community that probably trusts them, and that same man is talking down on them as people, talking down on their country, and wants them gone. To no surprise. To no surprise. And then you have Somalis now tweeting, that Black Americans think is funny. They're not worried about, what's happening to Somalis when, this is just going to intensify racial profiling and they're now going to be racially profiled. I'm so sorry. Somali people, yeah, some of y'all are beautiful, but there's no way in hell you're going to look at me and tell me that I look like I'm from Somali. You know that I look like an African American. I'm not getting racially profiled as somebody from Somali. I'm so sorry. They have very distinct features and it does not align with what I look like. So no, I am not worried. And I feel bad for the ones who were not naive and not dumb, but this is something that you have to take up with your community, not mine.
Somali nationals with TPS are now required to leave the United States by March 17th, 2026. Baby, you heard me right. The Trump administration says that country conditions has improved in Somalia, that it no longer meets the law's requirement for temporary protected status, and so further allowing Somali nationals to remain temporarily in the United States is contrary to our national interests. We are putting Americans first. The U.S. first recognized people from Somalia as being eligible for temporary protected status back in 1991. So there you go, honey. The Trump administration is saying temporary means temporary. This Somali fraud, I tell you, has lit a fire under the Trump administration, and I'm here for it. Honey, if there are any more updates with this, I'll be sure to let you know.
It's not that he's getting rid of the protective service. He's just not renewing it, as he has done for many other countries, including Venezuela, Haiti, Syria, Nicaragua, Honduras, Ethiopia, Afghanistan. The list goes on. This is his first America First agenda that he plans to implement. It's not that he is targeting the Somalian community based on what's going on in Minnesota, which is, I'm sure, what the headlines are going to start reading. He is taking the America First steps to get rid of people who have been here and don't have any desire to become American citizens. These people have been here long enough to take steps to become American citizens, but they have not. So it's time for them to go. No longer sponging off the American taxpayer to live in a country that they have been given everything and are grateful for nothing. Have a great day.
Ending the TPS program for Somalia does not align with the facts, the purpose of the program, or the basic humanitarian principle. This decision, we know, is political. It is not logical. It sends a dangerous message to even most clear humanitarian protections can be dismantled without regard for the reality. When protections are stripped from Somalis, despite undeniable conditions, the entire TPS program and the framework of it is broken. And so we are encouraging everyone who's on TPS program to immediately reach out to organizations, or if they have an immigration attorney, please consult with an immigration attorney. Do not make any decisions at this moment without consulting with an immigration attorney.
Okay guys, my honest opinion about this video, I think it's now time for the Somali people that live in the US or are currently in the US to go back to their country, that is Somali, because you find that most of the Somali people have always rejected being associated with the blacks, and they have denied being blacks, and you find that because of this, most of them want to be citizens of America or want to be part of the white, and I think this should not be the case. Instead, I think it's time for them to accept that they are blacks and to be proud of their country, which is Somalia. Because of this, most of those Somali, you find that they have the fear of being deported. And how can someone have or be afraid of being deported back to his country? I think you should be even excited because it's more comfortable and peaceful back in your country than in a foreign country. And most of the Somali people are so arrogant and pride. They have pride in them. And I think through this deportation, it will lower down their pride, and at least they will accept themselves and come back to their senses that it is not what they thought it is. And most of them are even surprised because they
thought that they will get supported through other races like the African or the white will support them so that they may not get deported to other countries. They may not get deported back to their country. I don't know what your thought about this video. Kindly comment down below on the comment section what you think about it. Till next time, guys. Bye.